Hello students, hope you are fine. Today's topic is percentage, and for starting about percentage we have to understand what percentage means. Percent per means divide, and cent stand for century, and century means 100. So it means percent actually means something by 100, dividing by 100. So if we want to say something about 20%, so in other words, we are saying that it is actually 20 by 100. And this could be simplified form, could be simplified, 20 by 100 could be simplified as 2 by 10 after 0 cancellation, and after simplification it becomes 1 by 5. So 20% can be converted into fraction, and similarly 20% can also be converted into, if we divide it by 100, 20 divided by 100, let's say 20 divided by 100, sorry, 100, uh, 20 divided by 100, sorry, so 100 divided by 20. Now 20 zeros are 0, and there is no, and now it becomes 0.2. So 20% is equal to 1 by 5, and 20% is equal 0.2. So these are the two numbers in which we may convert a percentage. Percentage can be converted into fraction by simplifying, and 20% can be converted multiplied by 100 and divided by 100. Because multiplying and dividing make the same sense. If we simplify this becomes again 5. So multiplying and dividing by 100. Why we are multiplying divide by 100? Because divided by 100 is out of this, divided by 100 is actually percentage. So it means now in place of dividing by 100, we may write as a percentage. So 5 multiplied by 100 is 500, and divided by 100 is actually percentage. So like this we can do it. So how we can do like this. Now similarly, if we have some number in the fraction form, 3 upon divided by 100, but here 3 upon 5 multiplied by 100 and percentage sign. We know about it. We've heard just learn about this, that divide by 100 is 100%. Now, if we could simplify, so we'll try to simplify it. So it could be simplified. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 20, and zeros. So this is 323 multiplied by 20 is 60. So this is 60, and divide by 100 is actually percent. So this is 60%. Now what about 0.35? So we'll do the same, that 0.35 is also be equal to 0.35 and multiplied by 100 and divide by 100. But this divided by 100 is actually equal to percentage. So what we do, 0.35 multiplied by 100 is equal to 35. How we multiply it, we'll do it later on. but this is actually divided by 100. And divided by 100 means percent. So that's why it will be into each other what the percentage means. Percentage means divided by 100 is percentage. Divided by 100 is percentage. So we must remember this concept whenever we are asked to convert fraction into percentage or plus a percentage into fraction. So in place of percent, we want to put a percentage sign. We will be converting this any number into divide by 100, and then we will be able to convert it into percentage. And if we want to convert percentage sign into number, so in place of percent, we will be writing that number divided by 100. So we have done both of them. Now come to our topic about the word problems. In word problems, we must remember few total. These all are considered as 100%. In word problems, the total will be considered as 100%, actual number will be considered as 100%, original number will be considered as 100%, and then we'll be solving the problems according to that one. Now, if someone says increase, question says increase 60 by 35%. There's one most important concept about ratio which will be coming here as our values and percentage. We draw two columns of values and percent. This increase 60. So 60 is the original value. So first value is 60. We don't know about the next value, so we are considering this as x. Because this is the original value, so its percentage will be of 105%. So if the value is increased in percentage, percentage is increased by 35%, well its actual percentage was 100%. So after increasing 100%, increasing by 35%, it becomes 135%. Now we have now. So what we do here, these types of problem, we'll do cross multiplication. In this type of problem, we'll be doing, this is a ratio about comparison. We have done in yesterday's class that ratio is about the comparison of same values, and this is about the percentage and percentage about comparing the same values. So we are comparing the same values here, comparing the same values here, and we do cross multiplication. So what comes then? It gives us the result as 60 multiplied by 135 is equal 100x. So now we don't need 100 with x because we need to find the value of x. So what we do, we'll be dividing this to the other side by dividing it by 100 and dividing it by 100. So it cancels. So it gives us some 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. So 3 multiplied by 135 over 5 is equal x, or still this means. So it means sorry, 135, 25, 27 multiplied by 3. So 3 multiplied by 27 is actually 3 sevens are 21, and 3 to the 6, 7, 8. So 81 is the number. So it means if we are increasing 100%, and then 135% is, which we have found here, is 81. So we increased 60 by 35%. We increased 80, 60 by 135% because 60 is 100%. And after calculation, we found out that 81 is the answer. We have done it. So 81 is actually 135%. It means this is increased by 35%. Increased by 35%. So this becomes 135. So this is like this. So if you will be having some sort of problem, you will be putting the values column, percentage column, actual value, approach of decrease. So how the decrease works, so let's check it now. Now, in decrease, the problem says decrease, about decrease is decrease 120 by 45%. So now again we are drawing column, column of values, value and percent. What's the first value? First value is 120 and second value we don't know. So we'll be considering this as x, but decrease by 45%. So after decrease 100% is there, and after decrease of 45%, how much it will be? So we'll be subtracting 45 from it. Take carry, and 5 and 9 minus 4 is 5. So it is 55%. So now we have a comparison. Let's say this one comparison, this one, and this makes an equation. And now we'll be doing cross multiplication again, the same thing which we have done earlier. So it will give us 100x 100x is equal 155. So 55 multiplied by 120 divided by 100 cancels. So x is there, cancels. So 55, 12 and 10 is there. We may simplify further. 5 2s are 10, 5 11s are 11 multiplied by group. So you both you can join this one. These are the revision classes because we have done completed our syllabus. So that's why we are doing now revision. Thank you. Now we can. Okay. Now come to the next one. This is about a percentage of increase and decrease. Hope you understand this one. Now come to the question about the percentage word problems. And for this problem, I want to share the book here. If you could see the question, the first question is about could you see the question number 3? Question number 3 says, and sorry, it is stretched to find the percentage increase. Find the percentage increase. Okay, now first we need to comprehend the question. First value and the second value. Now we have not given any percentage, but we know that we must remember that the first value is always considered as 100%. So now we have two columns of values and percent. So the first value was 7, it was 72, and the second value was 90. It was the first and second value. First and second. And the actual percentage was, how we'll be getting by this one. We'll be getting 2% percentage of this one. But it's not saying that the it's percentage, and we'll see that how much is increased. If this is 120%, if this becomes 120%, it means 20% is increased. If this becomes 150%, it means 50% is increased. So that we must remember that what percentage it's asking about, percentage of 90 centimeter or percentage increase. So percentage increase means the difference of the percentage. We'll be finding it out. 72x is equal to 90 multiplied by 100. Now solving this one, 72x is equal to 90 multiplied by 100, but we don't need 72. So let's divide by 72, do the same on the other side. So x is equal, now you can simplify this. So let's check it, how much simplification we could do it. So we could do this 9 tens are and 9 eights are. So 5's are, so x is equal to 5 multiplied by 125 is 125%. This is about percent. So how much? 25%, not 125%. 125% is the length of 90, but it's actually increased from 100 to 125%. So it's some problem which we will discuss here later on. Okay. Okay. Now one more problem I want to write. So the question is about a house. Question says cost 36% more. Remember the keyword more today, and this is today, means the next one, then was built. So it means when it was built, it was 100%, and now cost 36% more. It means now it is 136% of the house today. Not original one, means today. Today means the second one after increase. So it is the second one, is dollar. Its cost when it was built. So the cost when it was built is the first cost. This question says that we have first one about more today. So this means this is up, and it's the second one. Okay. Now, so what about the first one? First one is obviously 100%. We know that original is always 100%, 36%. If it says the cost is increased by this price, so it means we had to maintain the same price. Another one, house cost. I'm writing the same question here now. You can see the difference there. It says when this that how much how we understand the difference between the house cost 36% more today than when it was built. Same statement. Now, if the cost of the house today increased. Statement. So we'll be solving this question later on. First, we are solving this one. But what the difference is here? It says, okay. So there will be one more problem. Like now, we'll be discussing this uh, cost 136%. It's not about more. 136% today than when it was built. The house today is dollar 333,200. Find its cost when. Now this is a 36% more, means we are increasing by 36% from the original, which was, but our last value is second is 333,200, and percentage, original percentage was 100%, and increased by 36% means 36% more, means after 36% more it becomes 136%. So 136% is this one and this one. So now we'll be comparing. uh, Now, 136x is equal, 136x is equal 100 multiplied by 333,200. So now dividing this by 136, dividing this by 136. So we simplify this and get, it is 1 multiplied by 3, 2033, and 200, and then divided by 136 is equal, 100 with short, 245,000. So now we are seeing that the original price was this one, original price was this one, and the actual price after increase by 36%, its price becomes this one. So now we have a comparison that this one price of uh, actual increase means the difference of the prices, difference of prices. So what to do? Uh, if the question was how much cost is increased, so then we have to find the difference, that 333,200 minus 245,000, and then we have to find the solution of it. This is about increase, means the difference. Okay, and right now they are asking about the actual position. Now the same question with a different approach was this. Now cost 36% more today when it was built if increased. So the difference is already been given. So this is also a difference. This is also different. So it means both the values are the same values reflecting the each values. So it means this is 36%. Okay. So it means we know writing about increased value, which is 50,000, and increased percent. Now we will be converting 36% into 136%. Then we need to find the 100% of it. So this will be a difficult one. So that's why we'll be looking at what question says. Question says 36% more and increased. So increase means this is the value reflecting the 36%. So that's the difference you must understand. And then later on, you may compare and then do cross multiply, and then you may find the value of x in this one. Now come to the second question, which we are writing in the same way. Here it says a house costs 136% today, 33,200. So now we may compare and cross multiplication, and we may get the answer. Hope you understand this stuff. Any help, do contact me. Okay. So see you next time. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.